I hosted a Japanese sensei at my dojo, Kinoshita Sensei, who was a student of Abe Sensei. Abe Sensei was O Sensei's calligraphy teacher. And so Abe Sensei felt that O Sensei's calligraphy was so powerful. And Kinoshita Sensei says that we have the gift of being able to look at O Sensei's kanji and his calligraphy. And what a great thing that it's still here in print. He said, this is a Japanese man, okay? This isn't somebody who's sitting up on a mountain meditating. He's in the world, and he says, look at O Sensei's characters in the kanji. It doesn't matter if you don't understand anything about what he was doing, and even what the word means. Just open your heart, open your mind, and look at the kanji. So I'm going to choose a kanji, and then I'm going to read just one or two very short O Sensei poems, the doka that he wrote. So the kanji that I came to is yu, which is hidden. This is yu. This means hidden. And you know, I'm actually going to find this a bigger one because then it will be easier for you. This is the kanji for love, okay? This is the character for love. You can come in if you want to. The character for love. It's a different eye than Aikido. Okay. So O Sensei says, one does not need buildings, money, power, or status to practice the art of peace. Heaven is right where you are standing, and that is the place to train. All things, material and spiritual, originate from one source and are related as if they were one family. The past, present, and future are all contained in the life force. The universe emerged and developed from one source, and we evolved through the optimal process of unification and harmonization. And I'll read the next one tomorrow. So we evolved through the optimal process of unification and harmonization. Unification and harmonization. I have teachers who focus on the technical side of Aikido. My first teacher, Saito Sensei, that was his thing. Technique, 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 technique. You must look this way. This is how this technique goes. Always must be here. Always must look like this. And that's really good. It's important to learn technique. Then there are teachers who approach it and say, you know what? You can learn how to do this with your body in about 5 minutes. Once you know how to do Aikido, then let's do the work of Aikido, which is to enlighten the self. Use the technique, use the energy of you and your partner and what you're learning from moving in Aikido. So the technique is very important, and so is this other part. So some people say that this other part, if you get the key, if you're an alchemist and you can find it, you can get it like this in 3 months. Bob Nadeau asked O Sensei, well, can you just give it to me then? And so Sensei said, Nadeau, it's so easy. And so Nadeau says, okay, give it to me. He said, no, you have to find it. You have to get it. So let's go into Taino Henko Kino Nagare. We're going to go in motion with our partner. And to give ourselves a few things to focus on. You know what? We're going to take 2 minutes for the key home. So first, is anybody cold? Please be honest, because then we should move a little bit. Okay. First, Nage, really find your center. Okay, too. In fact, everybody come on. Really quickly, we'll do this practice. We'll all get an electron. Wherever you go to train, Hanmi changes a little bit. Some people say turn it out. Some people say have it straight. It doesn't matter that much. What's important that I've learned is this alignment. So that when we're actually standing in Hanmi, we're not like this, and we're not like this. This is a different stance. There's a Shitoimi in Aikido that's this. This is side stance. Much more like a Chinese art. Hanmi is the He says triangle is the most stable posture. So we in Aikido are standing on the triangle. So you can feel that triangle by letting your big toe be the apex of the triangle. And your back foot is in the middle of the line between them. And your back foot is facing slightly forward. Because of the shape of the knee for human beings, if we put the foot straight out, we tend to do this. So we want to feel that the quadriceps supports us and we have this arch. If you're used to putting the foot out here, just be careful that it's not putting strain on your knee or your ankle. And if you're starting to feel strain, move it slightly. That's up to you. Okay. From this position, just let your weight rock back and forth. Very natural. Tomorrow morning we'll do the Shinkoku. We'll do the whole Shinkoku exercise. So then change feet by stepping forward and back. So when you change, your hips are doing the work. When you change on, your hips are doing the work. So right arm will be shifting. And you're feeling nothing is bending forward and moving back. Everything is aligned. Good. So now in your handi, now we'll feel very quickly 7 centers. The perineum that drops straight into the earth. Then your dantian or your chushin, the middle spirit, which in Aikido, in the martial arts, we refer to as our center. Solar plexus, the emotional center of the body opens, the heart opens, the chin drops so that the expression is aligned with earth, center, solar plexus, or emotions, heart, compassion, expression. Higher consciousness is all aligned here and aligned with heaven. Good. Since we're here, let's go from shifting. And just before we go into our final ankle, we're going to extend ki through the hand blades. Very easy feeling, easeful feeling of extending ki through the hand blades. And find that your stance isn't so wide that you can't move easily, and so narrow that you don't have a good base. Something in between. Good. Okay. So every time we change handi, we'll go forward and back. So we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, and then change. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Yeah, you guys are better than I do. Okay. So let's just do this practice. Just change handi. Each time you change, feel your ki moving through your hand. Everybody comes to right arm. So we're going to do a little more ki extension. The wonderful thing about ki is it's invisible. But we do feel it. I feel it. If you're thinking, what the heck is ki? What does that mean? What is she talking about? I can't see the ki. Then just feel your own energy shooting out from your belly, from your earth, from your arms, and use your hand blade as the furthest point of extension. So sometimes we use our fingertips, sometimes we use our wrist, like when we do tiny ankle. This is very popularly called kokyu. Kokyu means breath energy. We don't want this for kokyu, because now this starts to come on. So we really want to feel a relaxed feeling, so that this is all relaxed and it can spiral up and out through the blades. Yeah, so we're feeling that these hand blades right now are the furthest point from our body. Yeah, our hand blades are the furthest point from our body. And in Aikido, we get to open the fingers. In Karate, the fingers are closed because we're protecting for strikes. But right now, we're opening the fingers. And we're really letting the arms travel out slightly. Yeah, and you feel the kokyu through the hand blades. You don't let me push. Yeah. Good. Now we'll do this together a few times. We'll go. Throw your ki out. Throw your ki out and feeling your alignment. Good. And then left arm. Okay. Now I go to tiny hand. So we felt that. It took a few moments. We got a good alignment in. Nadeau Sensei said, oh, Sensei would do a technique and he didn't like it, so he'd go off by himself. He'd do his breathing exercises, he'd find the center, and then he'd go back on the mat, and there it was. And it was magic. His uke was on the ground, and he had no idea what happened. But we can do the same thing in miniature form. I find my center. When I offer my hands to my partner, I want to offer my ki, my spirit. Because later when we become hands, we want to gather our spirit. So we gather her. So we're gathering her now in a ki home fashion, in a basic fashion. I want my partner right now to grab fairly firm. I really want to feel her there. I want to feel this part of her hand really connecting to me. And the pinky grabs most firm, just like I'm holding a sword. We want to feel now, through her grab, that we have become one arm. This is no longer her arm and my arm. This is one arm. Can you feel that? Mm-hmm. It's really different than going, be strong. This is my arm. Be strong. I want to connect you to me. That, in Aikido, we're going up. This is one arm. So we offer, and we offer our ki and our spirit. We become one arm. We curl our wrist, and we move our body. It's that simple. Except after 40 years, I don't think I'll still learn so much from it. So I gather myself, I give her ki. We feel one. I really want to feel my partner giving me a good connection. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel her warmth when she grabs me. Yeah, that's so nice. And then we connect, and I relax, and curl my wrist, and I move my body. When I get next to her, every now and then, she's going to pull back, pull straight into my center to give me the benefit of feeling the alignment. She's going to push forward. She's going to pull up. She's going to pull down. And her job is much harder than mine because she does Taino Henko. See how I move through the side of my body so I can maintain the connection. I'm not here where I get my head cut off. Okay? I'm not here. I'm not here where I lost the connection. But for Taino Henko, I give her this opportunity so I stay connected. Everybody take a moment there now and then, and your partner will gently pull back. Don't let me pull. Keep your feet going down. Just every now and then. You know you're aligned. Okay, don't try to pull your partner off. Let them feel connected. Right now, this person's going to stay right here. Okay, is going to stay here. And Uke's job is to stay with Nami right now. Nami's job is to stay with Uke too. So that last one partner. We can do here to make this work. We can use our breath, we can use our body, we can use our body language. We're just going to do this little tiny practice. Extend into her. And then, I'm not pulling her. Strong. I'm not separating. I'm extending in and connecting. And then I move her and I move me. And we do Iwama and we throw. Okay? She grabs Katate Rori. Be very strong, so strong that if I do it wrong, it just isn't going to work. I settle, I connect, I move me and her. And I do my Iwama. When I connect, it's not through my ego saying, I'm going to throw her. I connect because I'm a body connecting to a body. And we're both human, so I like that connection. Very different view. From here, we're going to drop everything. We're going to collect from the earth. Everything is going to drop and come up her center. Not up my center. Her center. And my center. Under her center. Into her body. Once you're comfortable, then emotion. So Honey and I were looking at, she said, well, how do I collect you? And I said, if your partner, in one sense, if the partner's already coming, come at me, you can catch them as they're coming. She feels that. That feels very different to her than this. The second one was kind of dead. Okay? Kokyuho, onegaishimasu. Katate dori kokyuho. Nice to go in everything, really. We have up and down, we have wide, we have our center. If we really feel our center, we feel up and down and everything around very strongly. That's what the Shinkokyu exercise is. We'll do it tomorrow morning. Ame no minaka nushi no o kami, the center of creation. And there's a center of creation, and there's a human being center, physical center. And we feel that center. And then we can bring everything else in, and we can feel that center. When we feel that center, we feel up and down very naturally. We feel up and down naturally. Not trying to go down, strong, and up, and keeping it up. Now, if we're going slowly, everything comes up together. I don't want to try to step in and throw him now. I don't want to come up and throw him just with my arm. Everything together, and the body comes in. So now we're going to go from two hands. We're going to grab Morihiro, and we're going to start static, okay? Same thing, we connect to him, and we make these arms one arm. This feels very different to both of us than his arm and my arm. Now we're one. Physically, the way we do that is through extending in with the arm. And just feel up. It's like if somebody pulls your hair, and you pull away, your hair gets pulled out. If they pull your hair, you push it in. Pull my hair. Pull. Don't let it. Connect it. Right? Okay? So, two hands. We don't try to separate, but we connect it. We connect it by extending, we connect it in our mind, and just feel this as one arm. One arm. Now, when we do our Iwama, our entering practice, be strong here. I'm not going to go straight into it. I'm going to let everything move off the line. My elbow, my shoulder, my center, and my spirit drop. And I feel the connection here. I'm not trying to disconnect with him. Connection. Now, my whole body comes up in one piece. And this opens like a flower, not by stepping straight, but behind him. That's just the key home for the static practice. I feel like we And I'm not going to step straight, but behind me. Once you feel you've done the static one 2 times, then if you want to, then you can go in motion. Because it feels good to go in motion. You see what's happening with my arm? It's going up and down, up and down. It's very natural, like bouncing ball. If I lose the connection between my hand and my center, then I'm going to have trouble. So if your partner's giving you a little trouble, just go, okay, did I disconnect it? Okay, everything's together. Everything's together. This doesn't try to throw him. It's not like, I got him, bam! But it's just there. I'm going to drop it. You nage? I'm not, right? But it's just there. You don't have to. Okay? So it's irimi. You go irimi, whole body and in. Irimi, whole body and in. That's the basic, that's it. Irimi, whole body, in. There we have it, and we can go have some fun. Okay. Thousands and millions of techniques will come out of you when you're in Takenwatsu Aiki, when you are flowing. There's no thought, it just starts to happen. New techniques pop up all the time. So this particular one we're practicing right now, what I like to do is when you throw, don't look at it. So it's a little bit different than what you might be used to looking at it. And that's correct too. You might be used to doing tenkan and looking. This is a different throw. So this particular koki-ko, we're kind of asking our hips to do a lot of movement, right? It's easy to stop here. And in this particular case, he's still my opponent. See that? He's still my opponent. So if I look at it in terms of my opponent and my ability to flow with him, in this case, just in this case, complete that in this case, complete that. Now, we're the same river of energy. Exactly. And because we're the same, it's going to be easier for me to redirect him. And it doesn't mean at all, it doesn't mean that this is wrong. Not at all. I want you to practice this one now. Irimi, and then, and you see if something natural happens within this particular technique. Something natural. Oh, whoa! How come you followed me so easily that time? Some kind of ease. So irimi, the body is just going to go like that, rather than like that. And the hips are going to go from one direction to the other. Just like you're pivoting. Then I'm not going to look at it. Head to spirit. Ooh, not look at it. Okay? Yes. Right over there. In this particular one, I'm not going to look at him because it allows my energy to stay with him for such a long time that the throw is secondary. It doesn't mean that looking at him is wrong. And then if I'm practicing the static version, at this moment, if I look at him, we become opponents again, right? Because it's too soon. I could even look at him in this one once he's maybe here. Now I can look at him, right? But for the practice sake, we're going to try. Don't look at him until he reaches the ground. And what this does too is, I can feel him over there. I might not see him, but I can feel him. This, by the way, is the shitoimi I was talking about. This means side stance. So this is shitoimi and hanmi. 90% of the time in Aikido we stand in hanmi. Sometimes we do stand in shitoimi. Okay, so with a partner, irimi, up, and don't look at your partner. This is a very natural move. Very natural. Oh, Sensei says, build billow like great waves. Stand like a tree, sit like a rock. Use the one to strike many. This is his doka. Billow like great waves. So from Morote Dori, so natural. So natural. So natural. And there's so many ways we can do it. We can make it really big. This is how Sensei taught. And we call this low high. Low high. So we go low to high. And we'll do Tenkan for this one, okay? Or some people call it Urawaza. Funny thing is, it's low to high, but watch what happens. It goes low, high, and it goes all over. Up, down, low to high, what he meant was we're going down, spiraling. When that gets really fast, over down, over. But this really didn't get left out. This didn't get left out, the blend. So we're going to start big, and we're going to get littler and littler and littler, until we feel like we blend with it so completely. So we're going to start big. So she comes, and we do a Tenkan. We might start up here, but we're going to call this low to high, this technique. And just for the sake of flowing, we'll go into Urawaza. This feeling when we work through it. When I throw her, very important that nothing separates. This is going to make it really hard. This is going to make it hard. So, look where her hand is going so naturally. We just let it fall. We just let it fall. And there's this third point, inner balance. So, making it big, because we really want to feel this feeling. Nadeau Sensei sometimes will have us do for a half an hour, just this. No falling, just feeling that. So we go Tenkan, down, up, down. Is there enough of a rest? Okay. So we're going down. Other very important thing is that your elbow doesn't go up. Even this much. So going great and then uh-oh. Now she has a nice yonky. Right, so my elbow is going to stay below my wrist. If I put a marble here, it would go down. So I'm on this particular one, I'm not going to let this happen, not at all. One thing that helps with that is to extend through my blades. These are my swords. So this goes away, right? Not the only way to do it, one way to do it, through my blades. So I dropped down. When I come back up, I don't want to go here. I want to spiral toward her with the motion. And see, that allows her body to come in. One more, and then it's your turn. Elbow down, spiral toward her. Let it be so natural. Elbow down, spiral toward her. She's in motion. Don't let that motion go into you. She's in motion, let the motion draw her in and bring her further. Urawaza. One again once. Together. There you go. Into Tenkan. And then when we step, imagine you got that little takeaway. Then you come. Good. Now we're going to do another two-step. 1, 2. That's it. You got 2 2-step. Let's do it out here. 1 and 1. Only difference is that we started here, right, honey? And we go Tenkan, 2-step. Right? Okay? Alejandra? So, come running. When I step into the back foot, grab a rope over. So now what we're doing is the first one is tenkan, and then we do a two-step. Right? Just coming in. Tenkan, two-step. Others will say, at home or dojo, you have a quarter of the space. Sometimes 50 people on the mat. My experience has been that way as well. We get half a tatami. That's really. Ah! Oh, okay. But we're lucky. We have all this space. We get to go. Tenkan, two-step. And remember all the while, when you are polishing your spirit, your partner is polishing their spirit. That's Aikido. We're not really here to learn techniques. Very few of us come to Aikido because we want to get really good. Tenkan. Up and down. Remember that up and down comes so naturally. She's giving me the motion. And I can give it to her. Who cares? Remember that she is learning to protect herself. So if your partner comes in, if your partner is really losing their connection, that's dangerous. And then you want to say, don't turn your back, use your hands and your hands together. And then if they're trying with all their muscles and you don't let them do it, you say, let your arm come up to make space. So it's not like we're just all the time, oh, loving. We have to also be honest with each other and give each other good Kevin, really help her out with this. She raised her elbow at one point. And right here she raised it and leaves her open, so I want to remind her. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back to the front part. So we're going to make it smaller now. Our tenkan becomes a little bit smaller. Yeah. Wow. Just felt, okay, I got the last one, stay with it. Tenkan, two-step. Tenkan, two-step. This is the sun rising and falling. Tenkan, the sun rises, the sun falls. As naturally as you can make it. If you're getting really comfortable with that big move, then you can go with this. Okay? You can still keep it big though. I talked too long. You should be more invested. Newer people, you can have a little trouble. Okay? So let's go back. Tenkan to him. Right to him. Because there's a tendency for this next tenkan to take me over. Right? So this is going to become. He gave me some motion, and I'm going to let that motion go back to him. And that's where the ikkyo comes so nicely, which we'll come back to. This happens nicely when it goes back to him. When I let his motion turn back to him. When we make it faster, his motion immediately goes back to him. But I had to blend with him for that to work. He's coming at me, and I can blend. Right? So I can stand in one place, but I have to blend. I can stand in one place, but I have to blend. Sorry. Is the wrist okay?
No problem.
So we're going to make it big again. His motion goes back to him. When I learned this is my sword. And it cuts. There's people who practice sword. This is my sword. Aikido comes from sword. Cut. Cut. foot is. This puts her on her structure. She's very solid. Be strong. Can't throw her here. So I'm stepping here, but I'm extending here. You see what's happening? Just stand really strong in your hand, or anyway. Okay. So that's it. Look at that. It's better than you see. Just stay there. So if I'm pushing her this way, as I'm trying to throw her, very difficult. Stay right there. Stay super strong. Don't move. Okay? So, you know, the best part is we do all this spirally beautiful big stuff, but the throw itself is so simple if we can really look at our partner body. And it doesn't take anything if we're grounded. So when we get to here, we step here, we extend here. And there goes the body. Okay? And I do it too. So, oh, it's beautiful. It's so strong right there. So now we're going to make this step smaller, and we're just going to let our hips keep turning. And we'll take a break from coping though. So, let's take it easy. Just right here, be strong. If I try, there, no difficulty at all. You get to choose. You can make it big. It's a huge, gigantic blend if you want to. So now we'll go to a motewaza. We have been doing Buddha before, right? Or you can make it small. With her first point in mind. Okay? Her, there. Be strong. Be strong. Just stay strong. Because every time she gives me any energy, be strong. And I take it there. So let this natural sunrise and sunset, and go to the third one. If you want to do the big blend, like we did with this throw, right? Like we did with this one, you can. Or you can just feel it. You can come all the way down if you need a little rest. Okay. If you're just learning and this confused you, and you want to stay with the last one, come over here. And I'll break it down for you. Ikkyo, onegaishimasu. This one we did with Ikkyo Tenkan. Ikkyo Urawa is going behind us. Now we're going to go in front of us like this. And I just going to That's those ways of looking at it. That's the martial way. But the more, maybe the more gentle ways to do so, I want to draw him out of himself. So now with our partner, we've got Morote, Dori, Ikkyo. And we can do that quickly. You don't have to have a big blend, or we can have a big blend. Morote, Dori, Waza. We have Morote, Dori, Kokyu, and we can have a big blend. Sorry, we can have a small one. had those techniques, honey. Remember we had big blend. Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be equal. But you mean I can Ikyo, we can go Kihage, and Ikyo. Those three techniques. Okay? With your partners. We've been doing from down to up and over the top. And in motion it looks like this. Right? We say low to high, but we really start and go up, down, up. Right? Now we're going to start up high and then go down. And let's keep in mind this feeling that we were told to step across our partner, be strong, but we don't want to set him on his structure. This sets him very strong. So here, we take his energy through his third point. So we're going to, for the big one, we do tenkan and through. And tenkan and through. Tenkan. So the small blend, here. So we're going to do the big one. So we go tenkan. So we have 12 minutes left. When we get to here, let's just give a little bit of attention to his balance. So he's strong here. Strong. Right on his foot. Spiraling, he's not so strong here. So we're going to go from here. So we did Irimi Nage. We went low and high, and we down. That's what he's intended with, right? We went low to high, Irimi Nage. Now we're going to go high to low, almost high. Just a variation of Irimi Nage. From up to down, and play with his balance. You set it in front of him. And then our hips meet. Keep them in front of us. Low to high. He does most of the work. Want to try to have a partner for a few minutes? Okay, I'm next one. My sword is cutting through her. Yeah, I'm cutting through my blade, and it's a very natural motion. So you can see how Okinage could come out really easily. But we're going to do a Okinage, and we're going to step in front of our partner with the other way. Keep your right foot in front of your partner. Yes, and then hands and hips together, bring them down. Like this is going. Whoosh. Whoosh to the left side. So just watch one moment. This hand motion is important here that we just cut. It doesn't mean that doing it this way is wrong, but right now I want this speed. Through the blade. So we go up and down and cut. If I had a sword, okay, I'm cutting here. Aikido comes from sword, right? So I'm cutting here. You see that feeling? And that makes all these techniques happen really nicely. Here. This blade cuts here. There's my pinning techniques. And if you really like it, you can do a little bit more Morose tomorrow. The important thing is to put the tip in the right direction. Just feel it. Glue it together one more time. Left arm. And the person throwing is to lead on this side again. Off to your blade. See, because I could stop her too, up to this side. dagger strike shome, my blade is here. Right, so here we go. We go down, we cut. Good, and then the left foot steps in front of our partner, and the right foot steps back. Now it's this person's turn. She offers the right hand. So all the people on Jeanette's side, right foot forward facing that way. She offers her hand. She does tenkan, and she cuts my belly with her blade. She takes her blade and she cuts my belly. Then she takes the front, and she just lays this hand on me. She just lets her weight lay there. She turns. We're dancing together. And she steps back and throws left blade. And now she offers her left side. And she does tenkan, and she cuts my tummy, and she steps in front of me, and she steps back with her right foot. So it's called omote nage because nage, omote means in front, nage is stepping in front of uke. Omote nage, going in front of her. Okay? Just a few more moments. Onegaishimasu. Go through here, here. And that's for all of us. I'll grab you. I go through here, I can't see very well. And I can't take very good ukemi. Do the same side. Here. Now I can see everything around me. I'm connected. I can take ukemi. Okay, so here, not here. It's safer for your head, too. Yes, exactly. So we won't draw our partner around, we'll just end here. And ukes, understandably, I'm going to give him a little bit of time in between. So you can give me time. And I want to give him some life to grab. Like last night I was saying, if I just stand here, this is very different from grabbing this spear. Okay. Right here, take a moment. And probably most of you forgot and just went right into right? Okay, because we get so excited. So, your first four. Go ahead. Didn't quite get what I said. So I was just saying, okay, instead of just continuing right now, take a little bit of time, maybe at least for your first four with your partner. You do four, they do four, like this. Because we have such a habit of just, right? So now she's going to do that, and then I'm going to take a moment at the end and set. Right now, in this particular kind of ankle, what I'd like you to do is get everything in front of you. So you line her up with you. It doesn't mean that ending it like this is wrong. Not at all. I just want you to get all the way into the tendon. Then your hands are going to do, in Japanese, there's a word called wa. Wa means down and out. And we do it with sword all the time. Down and out. Our ki goes down, it cuts down, and it extends out. And the beauty of Aikido is that nothing is linear. Everything we do is multidimensional. Because everything we do is really a spiral. Everything is a spiral. Everything we do is a spiral. Everything is a spiral. When I go into Iwama, it's not straight down. It's spiraling down her spine and into her core. When she comes back up, it's not straight up. See what the body does? The body spirals up. Don't follow. This is a spiral. This is a spiral down. And human beings can't resist spirals. Somebody told me that recently. We cannot resist them. So, here, when you finish, just take a moment and then your hands are right in front of your center. Practice feeling. What does it feel like when my hands are right in front of my center, like I'm holding a sword? And then, if she should push or pull back, or straight back to my center, or push forward, or pull up or down, it's not because I'm stiff, but I feel this kind of connected right to my own belly. And what I want is for you to get right next to your partner. You can bump their head. So your tenkon is pretty big tenkon right there. We get right next to each other. We become one body of water. Then I can be directed. One body of water. Okay? Tenkon right next to your partner. Ukes, don't be too forceful going forward. Just make your partner nice and stay here so she can feel that down and out. Down and out. All 10 fingers. Nothing wrong with this, but I want you to try this right now. Make a little pool in your palm. This is the Lao point. It's a very powerful point for our hands. So make a little pool. All your fingers, even your thumbs, and go that way, go that way. All the water in. Like you're carrying a bundle of wood. Now the wood falls out. Down. Let me ask you once. Thank you. I don't want you to feel me pulling. I'm drawing and I'm connecting. But I'm drawing you and moving you. But I don't want you to feel like I'm pulling. Right? Also, I want to stay upright. And keep my own posture. Keep my own posture. So, because if I give that away, I lose my center of gravity. I lose my own center. But when all possible, even when my hips are exaggerated, I still want to feel this. Even when I'm taking the kemi and I'm going here, I feel this center. As soon as I go here, it's so much harder to see. Okay? So now, uke is going to merge with nage. That means that I'm asking him to really grab off. So I don't want him to come in front of me. I want him to stay there. He's going to grab strong. Really strong. If I leave this strong, don't let me move. If I leave this behind, and I so what I'm practicing here is this connection of my hands and my center. And as I move everything is moving. That makes sense? So I do my kind of ankle, and then everything, the feeling is that everything becomes one. Like yesterday I was saying, guys, this is, I want to feel that these have become one arm. This is now one arm. It's no longer his arm and my arm, strong. It's no longer his arm and my arm. One arm. Now the same thing is true. I don't want to disconnect, be strong. I don't want to try to, don't let me move you. I don't want to try to move him through my arm muscles. I don't want to step out in front of my center too soon. But I want to feel that all of this is one unit. Yeah. So the practice is to go Taino ankle. Taino ankle, he stays. Everything is a unit. I move my body. And then I let my hands go. The most important part of the practice is not to throw. The most important part is as uke stays there, so that I have the opportunity to feel the difference between about Iwama is that it makes us very aware of our hips. It makes us very aware that we're turning our hips the direction that our arms are going. It makes us really aware that we're here. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with going just this far and looking at your partner. Nothing wrong with this at all. I want you to try this though, where you and him are like one completely rushing stream going that way. The rushing stream then changes its direction. Okay. Let's go left, right on me, whatever on your other, and let's just practice it easy. Yeah, practice it easy. Feeling your hips completely blending with your heart. Yeah. Just practice that a little bit. Really feeling your hips. It really feels it there. It really feels my spirit in my hand. But then it's gone. The other one feels it. So you know how we often will do techniques where we bring our hand here, right? Or we'll bring our hand here. And then when we go in motion, like this. It's that deep. So if we did it from static, this one comes here. And she's grabbing very strong and spiraling out of the root. Let's do the key home, because we so rarely get to do it. Really strong and really connected. So physically, I'm going to extend into her. So that we now become one arm. No longer two arms, it's our arms together. So even though I'm going to break this grip in a moment, first I make a really good connection. And physically I'm even pressing into her a little bit. Okay? I make the connection. And then I grab as low as I can, and I spiral through the opening. I spiral through this opening, and I spiral with my hips. We're going to do the Iwama blend that we just practiced. So I had said don't throw. All I wanted to do was that. But 90%, I wasn't watching, everybody was throwing. Just because you want to throw so bad. Okay, and it's fun. So we connect. Just going to grab strong. And only do your first 4 key home. If you want to go key no nagare emotion, that's fine. But I want you to try your first turn slowly so that you can study it. This is why in so many arts there are katas. There's very specific ways of doing things. We can treat it like that, okay? So this is going to be specific 4 times. I connect, I grab, and I spiral out of the opening, and I do Iwama. Let's face them. When I do Iwama, I bring her hand in front of my center. I'm not going to leave it there. Right in front of my center. This is earth and this is heaven. And they, just like Tenshinade, they stretch from earth and heaven. Earth and heaven. And my body right now, just like last night I was saying, for this particular practice, don't step here, step into it. So your body moves into your part of the body. Be really strong, not because I'm forcing, but because I have a spiral here and a spiral here. I'm going heaven and earth. I'm spiraling up and feeling her center line and my center. And then at the end, don't look at your partner. Just settle. So the first 4, you're going to settle. The free hand, spiral out, Iwama. And it's very helpful to pick up the feet. This is fine, the slide. It works great. Try for these 4, pick it up. Then you'll really feel like, oh, I landed, and we're together. Spiral down and spiral up. Don't lift your elbow to throw, because now she has a nice knee heel. But spiral up her center, spiral. And spiraling down and spiraling up, we move in. hand available? Oh, Sensei said, oh, the spirit coming from heaven and extending. And then martially, morote dori, it's cutting the belly. But for him, spiritually, it was gathering spirit from heaven. So this one, up, down, center, spiraling. Draw this down through your hip. Keep this down, this one up. Now I'm ready to move in with my body. From heaven and in. Onegaishimasu. Tate dori kokyuho. Start to move. Right? That can happen in so many different ways. So, now, we roll our spirit out. He wants it. And he's not going to grab. This is down. This is my energy down. This is my energy up. But I keep that feeling, that double helix. So he does grab. Try, I know some of you are used to looking. Just for fun, don't look. Just for a difference. Don't look. And trust that he's going to fall. Katachi dori kokuho. Take this movement, we spiral it down and we spiral it up. Spiral it down and spiral it up. And move our bodies. If he's really strong, and I don't completely blend, I'm going to have some trouble. So it works really well to your entire spirit, your entire body. He has no choice but to follow it, because you're going with him. So as this one spirals down, this one spirals up. You might be more used to the feeling of that one from here. Maybe more from there. Okay. So now the feeling is to spiral. We'll stay with katate, and we'll go to some other attacks. Spiral. We hardly have to move. We're doing moving, but we don't have to take this big step anymore. Because we're really bringing his energy into the ball. Don't be afraid to move into your partner's center. If I'm afraid, I'm not sure, I walk back into his fist or his strike or his knife or whatever it is. So if he were coming with a fist, I want to get out of the way of it, and I don't want to come back in the way of it. Fist, I want to come out of the way of the way. Fist, doing it in my center. This hand is dropping down. That makes it easier to feel the spiral down and up. Heavy, like you mean sorry. This is heavy. It's not pushing, it's just my weight. So here, this is heavy. Heavy, light. First, heavy. And don't look at it. Okay? Thank you so much. As Sensei said, ultimately, with the whole universe, moving and moving. We're starting small. We're starting with ourselves in our breathing exercises, our meditation, just learning about ourselves in life, and then we can unify with our partner, and that helps us to eventually. That's the hope. So, Owase means together, connection together. So he's going to come for showing you. Okay? And I want you to strike your partner. And since we have a lot of different schools here, we don't have just one, our rule, the only rule we have, I'll strike, is that I come from his front side. back here. Pull, spiraling down his center, spiraling up his center. So we're going to do a longer one where he strikes that. And so now, rather than coming in like this, I want you to cut your partner like you have a sword in your hand. Cut your partner. Yes, because then I really feel up, down. And notice my breath is working with me. Slow, very slow. He goes up, I go up. He goes down, I go down. Here, be very strong. Don't let me move you. If I go right here, he's strong. If I go right here, he's strong. Not so strong right there. He's there. He's there for me. So we want to always look at where do I take him off of his structure for Kizushi. Here. This is strong and this is strong. Slowly. Up, down, right where he loses his center. But we're also following his body and his spine, the line of his body. Because he's human right here, he's going to want to stand up usually. As he stands up, so I took his balance, as he stands up, I'm not going to stay here. Because if I stay here, I'm in front of him again. Boom. Right? So I took his center, and as he stands up, very slowly, very, very, very slowly. Wait, not yet. As he's just stand it for a minute. As he stands up, I'm following him. I'm not trying to pull him back up and push him down. I am following his way because we've become one. I don't want to try to control him. I took his balance, stay there, I got him moving. Now really slowly, as he comes up, I follow him. I just stay connected through here. And as I do that, I disappear behind him. He comes up, I go behind him. Once I'm behind him, then now I have the down his spine and up his spine. Very slowly now. Watch my center. My center keeps going behind me. You go behind me. You can stay behind me. I'm behind you. I'm with you. We are a team. We are together. We are together. We are one river. Now, see what I'm doing? I'm spiraling down and spiraling up. Same thing as the Koki bow. Spiraling down, spiraling up. The baby nage. Spiraling down, down to earth, up to heaven. I first learned Aikido, the basic was to grab the collar, take center from the back, extend up in front. We're not doing anything different now. We're taking balance, and then as he's in motion, we're down his spine and up his spine. It's a natural movement that brand new people can do it really easily. And somebody new? Pretty new? 1 year? Anybody who's just training for 1 year? Less than 1 year? How long is he training? Ask him.
Hoe lang train je nu, Guido? About a year. About a year.
connected to him. That's what we're looking for. Comes up, we go. He goes down, we go. So what was nice about that is I thought he was going to come with the other side. But it didn't matter. Okay, so now for at least a few minutes, you get to do any technique. These strikes, whatever comes, you don't have to think. Doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you're feeling this Start with the Inuyasha. Start with this view. Sometimes I'm initiating. Sometimes he is. Either way, we're together. Let that Inuyasha become other techniques. Let it become other techniques. So it just naturally becomes something else. Okay? And one person you get to throw until I tell you to switch. That way you don't have to count 4 or 4. Start slow. And let that become naturally into something else. Okay? And if anybody has any techniques, anything that you would really like to learn, that you see me do, you know, it could be anything. You can work on a little bit of Koshinage from here. A little bit of Sankyo. Let me know. Okay? Otherwise, I'll choose some things. But right now, have a little bit of freestyle with your partner. Let's let the advanced people go with each other so we can kind of just let go a little bit. Actually, we'll do 2 courses. We'll stay with the partner you just had, and then we'll switch and we'll go with the advanced people together. Remember, you don't have to count 4. I'll tell you when to switch in the next month. O Sensei was a great calligrapher because he was a great being. And I had the most wonderful opportunity to have Kinoshita Sensei at my dojo for a seminar. Kinoshita Sensei is Abe Sensei's student, and Abe Sensei was O Sensei's calligraphy teacher. Abe Sensei was also a wonderful Aikido. So Kinoshita Sensei kept saying over and over and over to us, you know, you have this great gift. You have O Sensei's calligraphy, and you can look at it, and you can gain from looking at it. And he says many times, it doesn't matter if you understand the calligraphy, if you understand the character and what it means, just open your mind and your heart and take a look at O Sensei's calligraphy. So ever since then, most classes at my dojo, we look at least one of O Sensei's calligraphy. The book will be up here, and you can come and take a look at it as much as you want over the weekend. So I turned to heaven, the character for heaven. This is 10, and we've been talking a lot about heaven and earth, right? There's a throw that's just heaven and Ryoshe, just heaven and earth. Heaven and earth throw. We go down to earth, we go up to heaven. And we really feel it. The bottom of the earth to the top of the heavens. And we make it long, the bottom of the earth to the top of the heavens. Right? We really feel it. So now we get to feel it in his calligraphy. Now we get to feel it here. This is 10, the character for heaven. Just, you know, even just taking it in through your eyes, doesn't matter if you feel anything particular. Kinoshita Sensei, who's a 50-year-old Japanese man, believes that if you look at O Sensei's character and you're open, you receive something. We receive something of him, and he's the founder of our art. So we are so fortunate that here we have something he left for us. And this is him, heaven, the concept of heaven. So then he says, these are a few of his doka. The delight of mountains, rivers, grasses, trees, beasts, fish, and insects is an expression of the art of peace. The art of peace is not easy. It is a fight to the finish, the slaying of evil desires and falsehood within. On occasion, the voice of peace resounds like thunder, jolting human beings out of their stupor. Crystal clear, sharp, and bright, the sacred sword allows no opening for evil to roost. Then he says, to practice properly the art of peace, you must calm the spirit and return to the source. Cleanse the body and spirit by removing all malice, selfishness, and desire. Be ever grateful for the gifts received from the universe, your family, Mother Nature, and your fellow human beings. Be ever grateful for the gifts received from the universe, your family, Mother Nature, and your fellow human beings. And then I shared last night, because I just love it. This is some kanji, and this means fall down 7 times, get up 8. So in Aikido, it's really very, but it really is for life experience, right? We're having a rough time, we just have to get back up. And then on the mat, we fall down 7, we get up 8, over and over and over again. So this is fall down 7 times, get up 8. Okay, so let's see. Right. So if he comes to strike, we go through. Okay. We're gonna practice this Owase movement. He goes up, we go up. He goes down, we go down. And we're going to help him come down. Palm up with the hand that's close, and palm down with the hand that's far. Then we're going to get right next to him and look at his palm like it's a mirror. And then we have Samkhya. Let's do a gentler one, okay? Maybe we'll do this one tomorrow. Let's do it gentler. We're going to do this one. And we're going to go into Urawaza. Samkhya Urawaza. Ura means behind, and Mote means in front. So if we went slowly, we went very slowly, we would have an atemi here, palm up, palm down. He wanted to go that way, so we would go with him. Atemi, he's going to follow me, Yes, I go up his center line. I'm not going to go through here without the atemi, because now he can punch me in the ribs. Atemi, hips, extend right into the center. Step with the hand that's grabbing and the same foot diagonally behind you. Really relax your center. This hand and this foot. If you want to do a sitting pin, spiral. Here, some people do the elbow. I do this one. Into the shoulder. It feels good for him here and over the head. We were training together a few minutes ago, and it was so soft, and it was so much fun. It felt so good. So, you know, sometimes you might want to train in a very rough way with your partner. The way it feels good to me for my body is to work on being smooth. It doesn't mean that I'm not martial. I have my atemi. I know where my openings are. I have my atemi. I'm not being smooth and soft and gentle and forgetting to protect myself. Bam. Right? Yes, he's going to follow. He follows from the top of his head to the bottom of his body. Folds. And then right into his center. And back. And back. He strikes very slowly. He goes up, we go up. He goes down, we go down. For brand new people, if you're having trouble with this, I'll go slower. We'll do something simpler. Up, down. Or a little bit of a tenkan. 2 steps. But I know where his opening is. I know where mine is. Palm up. Attend hips. When I get to here, I want to connect to him. And I really feel my whole hand connected to his whole hand. Like a suction cup. I really feel that connection. And center together behind me. Diagonally behind me. 1. Then I just let the weight of my hand go here and back. You can stand and or sitting. Last one. One more. Slowly. Okay. Purposefully only do the top, breathe out the bottom. And then only do the bottom, breathe out the top. And then do both. Ask your partner how it felt. And the other thing is on this one, once you're in motion, you don't have to go here and then down. It's nice. It's a nice practice. Try this. Just keep going. It's a nice feeling because, so we're focusing on 2 things now. Covering her whole center, and from here, continuing. Because this is such a nice drop of your center. Okay, so try those 2 things. Cover the whole center, and once you get through, keep moving. So the feeling with this one is that I let everything drop. My hands and my center are completely connected. And it's not me trying to push it down, but it's the weight. I feel this connected to this. Really nice connection. And then we become one arm, one body. And it drops. And I go diagonally behind me. Now I've created this huge opening right here. And when I put this hand on and I let the weight drop, I extend out and let my key go out that way. And that brings me down. So, this is a cut, a sword cut. And then there's this opening right here. So this hand and my center go through that opening. If we had tons of time still, we would stay with that feeling. We would stay with the feeling of working the center. So Omote works this center. Mura works the same center. And everything works that center. Start it this way. And just have in mind that you're going to drop. And you have this big opening. And you're going to let your ki move through it. You try that a few times. And then, with that feeling of the center, take it into anything. Okay? Yeah. Our partner is going to grab Morihiro. And he's going to grab very strong so that I can't push him and I can't pull him. And I'm going to practice just moving my wrist just a little bit, because just this tiny bit of movement, this connection, this spiral this way and this spiral this way, it changes his body posture. It throws his structure off a little bit. So it's nice to know this if you're at a seminar and someone's being really, excuse me, an asshole. Sometimes you can use this, right? It just changes his structure ever so much. And you can move. Okay, we're going to start with the breath though. We won't worry about this part yet. We'll just do one thing at a time. So be strong. I can't push and I can't pull. So I'm going to breathe in. And right at the moment when I held my breath in my center, I'm going to move my hand. Okay? And it's just an experiment. It doesn't have to work. If it doesn't work, it's fine. But I found that the more I practice it, then I use it sometimes. When I need to move from a static position. And what it does is it really focuses your energy. So he grabs, some people offer, Saito Sensei had us offer this way. But when Kinoshita Sensei taught it to me, he said offer more neutral. Okay, so he's strong. I can't, so and as I hold my breath in my center, I move. Okay? And then we'll take that into the technique. Try it. Okay. He's just going to let his arms go. This is what should happen. Okay, let go. This shouldn't happen. Right? But I have my ki flowing and I relax. Let's go. This drops. So the practice is, you can use this all the time. I'm extended and relaxed. You let's go. I don't want this to happen. You let's go. This. Okay, just practice that for a few minutes. And I'm really aware of relaxing my shoulder. Really relaxing my shoulder. And if you should let go, then I should. Okay, now let's add something to this practice. So we're just going to distract his form a little bit. We're going to spiral into this hand. We're going to spiral into this hand. Just a tiny bit. You can grab as strong as it is. And this moves his body just enough, and we're going to combine it with our breath. So let's even simplify it a little more for us. So we have this spiral and this spiral. And he can grab as strong as he wants to. He's a 7-foot tall Norwegian guy. And this works really well. So I can see this little bit of movement now. So I've distracted his center. I changed my mind again. So, because we've spent a lot of time and not a lot of movement. So, here a little bit of distraction in his body. So let the movement happen. What Nadeau Sensei said is that place carries the rest of the technique. That moment carries the rest of the technique. So it's not like I have to do that over and over and over again. It's a place to start. Often you can just let the body go for it. So let's start with something specific. He's got to be strong, he's big, and he's huge, and it doesn't matter. Because in my mind, this little movement changes his body. So if you're used to doing hold and hold from 10 times, that's fine. If you're used to doing hold and hold from eating, then do eating. Okay? So spiraling this way and this way. This, no matter how strong he's grabbing, this is going to be effective. There's an English word I keep forgetting. The structure is changed. Easy at that moment. So my breath, easy. And then just like this morning, coming up and moving in. And keep moving, okay? You guys promise. You don't have to be in a rush. You can cross. You don't have to go straight forward. Well, I like to make it small like. Remember, you can go out here too. You can open it up. Yeah. Sometimes you need a break so you can come to the outside. You guys, you can make this a little bit wider too. This is what you can do with your hands. I think I've said this to a few people. I had the great honor of hosting Kinoshita Sensei, who was a student of Abe Sensei. Abe Sensei was a student of O Sensei, and he was also O Sensei's calligraphy teacher. And Kinoshita Sensei must have said this to us a dozen times. This is a Japanese man in his 50s. He kept saying over and over and over again, you need to look at O Sensei's calligraphy. He said, the calligraphy holds his spirit. That a great calligrapher leaves something, leaves an energy. So, and he said, you don't have to believe anything, you don't have to know what the calligraphy means, you don't need anything except an open mind and an open heart. And so pretty much every class we've just been opening the book and looking at a little bit of O Sensei's calligraphy before we begin our training. So I opened to the same place as yesterday. 10, the character for heaven. But this is O Sensei's calligraphy of the character for heaven. And I'll leave this book up here, and you can look at it anytime you like today. There are many kanji in here, many calligraphy pieces by O Sensei. If you feel you want to be closer to this, looking at this, the calligraphy of O Sensei. This is the kanji for heaven. And then you bring a little bit of O Sensei and his understanding of heaven when you look at his calligraphy. And then he says, the delight of mountains, rivers, grasses, trees, beasts, fish, and insects is an expression of the art of peace, nature. The art of peace is not easy. It's a fight to the finish, the slaying of evil desires and all falsehood within. On occasion, the voice of peace resounds like thunder, jolting human beings out of their stupor. And then there was one I turned to this morning that I wanted to make sure I read to this. The only goes on to talk about what are those timeless principles. The only cure for materialism is the cleansing of the six senses, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. If the senses are clogged, one's perception is stifled. The more it is stifled, the more contaminated the senses become. This isn't the one I thought it was, but anything he writes is worth looking at. This creates disorder in the world, and that is the greatest evil of all. Polish the heart, free the six senses, and let them function without obstruction, and your entire body and soul will glow. All life is a manifestation of spirit, the manifestation of love, and the art of peace is the purest form of that principle. A warrior is charged with bringing a halt to all contention and strife. Universal love functions in many forms, manifestation should be allowed free expression. The art of peace is true democracy. Around, looking up. And come, looking up. Just throw your partner, and their job, I'll tell you, my job is to warm up my center. I can take forward rolls. I can take back rolls. Practice my rolling holy. Give yourself kind of this opportunity to practice all different you can. And we're still practicing Tenkan. Drawing our partner around, and paying attention to her center line, and then taking her Kazushi. But really making it a Kemi practice as well. Ukes, don't do this. I kept looking yesterday. Go through the side of your body. Because do kotegaeshi to me. If I go straight or straight, I don't have very much, I don't have very many options. From here I can see you. I can't see you now. From here, I can do Kaishi. From here, I can take a high fall, take back roll forward, etc. So really here, through your side. Okay, you guys lost. Open our hands, the switch will come right in front of you to remind me not to leave it behind. And this one's going to open so that my key is expanding and flowing. She's going to wrap strong. She's going to let go when I'm going to hold it. When she lets go, this should happen. So this is alive and extended. When she lets go, this shouldn't happen. Right? This is alive and extended and relaxed. And so when she lets go, this and at first you might be like, hey, wow, why is my arm just staying up there? And then, if you need to, ask your partner not to let go for a few minutes or moments, so that you can get the extension and also focus on relaxing your muscles. So your energy is into her, you're extended, and now as she lets go, this can happen. And it may not be the case all the time, but we can offer a hand to be able to do that. But if we use it like a little kata practice, just a practice for relaxation and extension. And when she lets go, just happens. Just practice that for a bit. Hopefully that will happen. So, for me, what excites me most about Aikido is that I can move with another person, blend with another person, without hurting her, and not only without hurting her, but making her feel good. Because it's really easy to make her feel bad. It's so easy to hurt somebody, and it's so hard. It's so much, takes so much more awareness and consciousness to do our training in a way that feels good. And yet, when it feels good, and you find that path, it has a power to it. My particular teacher was very technically oriented. And there's all these worlds of training. There's this technique that's so important. And then there's also this spirit that's so important. In our mind, our heart, right? So we're going to see if we can put all of it into our training. So let's just go right into Kino Nadai now. But we still have extension and relaxation. Slowly, don't go fast. Don't go fast. And when you get to the end, just for now, practice feeling that your hips are right next to her hips and that all 10 fingers are flowing in the same direction. There's nothing wrong with this at all, or this. I do it too, often. Right for this moment, imagine you had a sword in your hand, and everything's going that way. Very slow Kino Nadai. We're not going fast. We're going slow enough so that we can really feel ourselves blend with her. Slow enough so that I can be aware And it also helps, at first, if you lift this foot. Later then you can slide it, because that might make you a little bit here, right? But just eating, and I want you right here to drop your partner. Because the next place is here. Okay? Don't go here yet. Don't go there yet. Just sit there. Just a blend. And feel your spirit moving with your partner. That's when we're just looking at the very first part of the technique. And it's the first part of the technique that carries the rest of it. You know, Nadeau Sensei kept saying that over and over and over again. That moment of connection, is everything. It brings you through the rest of the technique. Okay? So 30 more seconds, just the blend. And your weight drops to collect your partner. Because with Morote Dori, it's easier to stay protected from his elbow, right? When we throw him, because his elbow is up in the air. Kitate Dori, unless we do it this way, like we did it yesterday, right? Yesterday we did like we did in the Iwama, which we'll do in a few minutes. But this way, there's a little bit of fear of this elbow, right? So we drop, and as we come up, you're just going to let this hand come under the elbow just to give you a little protection and to help you move forward. Oh, sorry. So you drop up through. Up and down is so important in Aikido, and that's when you throw him, don't try to step straight back. Right? So we drew him in with our spirit, we dropped, we came up, and as you come up, come right under his center. Right under his center. Under his chin, under his center. And as you do that, your body moves into him. Right? And Nadeau Sensei said this is collecting spirit from heaven. Morote Dori, this is collecting. This is blending with him and collecting here. So Kitate, I know it's harder, but try to stay with it. Onegaishimasu. Small. Sure that you are letting them come in. Receive and return. Receive and return. Obviously, they said this like billions of times when he's teaching. Receive and return. Here, I didn't receive it. I can't return it unless I receive and return. I receive and return. Because I'm receiving doesn't mean I let all my ki go away and all my centeredness go. I'm not a floaty machine right now. I'm still receiving and return, and I kept my center. Receive and return, and I kept my center. Receive and return, and I kept it. Okay? Kept my center. Groups of 3, okay? Throw, and then your partner. Group of 3. And this hand is going to come like the deshi morihiro. It's kind of like your anchor, like that. And we're still going to do eating for a little bit longer, and then we'll go back to more familiar, something more familiar. So for key home, people are just learning, he grabs, and I'm going to take my thumb through the opening, and my arm is wider up here, so I move that. And that takes him out of the grip. And then this hand is going to help as an anchor. And my body still does irimi. Irimi is, that blend is just, it is so much harder, it's so much less natural for the body. At the same time, it really trains our hips. And then when you get to go back to Tenkan just becomes this very, very simple thing. That's why I'm making us do it for a while, it's our practice. So key home, we spiral through, we grab with the free hand. Remember yesterday I said, anytime you want to break grip, first connect. spiral through. Now this hand is spiraling down, and this hand is spiraling up. When I go to throw him, I'm not going to try to put my elbow into him. This could be an attempt. But what we're doing right now is the fingertips are up and the elbow is down, and we're practicing it in this slow manner. So it's a spiraling up. This is down and this is up. For people who are more advanced, you're just going to go right into it. Right into it. Give him something that he wants to grab, so he feels like, oh, she's there, but she's not. Throw your spirit out there, okay? So E-home, down. This is on the top, this is down, this is up, and my body comes in. Kino negare. Now you get to lead him in. Okay? Katate dori koku ho. Onegaishimasu. Baksa says in. I think that all of them are useful. Why not? Right? If you choose a teacher and you can learn really nice ways of moving in the beginning, so you understand how to do ikkyo, you understand how to do ikkyo, and then you learn how to do nage and kokudayoshi and shibonage. Then you know those. That's kind of like learning how to read notes. And then you can go to a seminar and go, oh, she's doing ikkyo. I'm going to try this. And probably most people here are used to doing long nage, and we're going to do that, but not right away. We're going to do a little study with our bodies and the connection to our partner's body. So we're going to do this same thing where we come through the opening. And we're just going to start at, 7 minutes to slow down again. And just practice feeling the connection to our partner. You grab strong and be strong. And I can't try to pull my way out so I can spiral. Yesterday we did all the breathing exercises. Moving your breath in your center and moving your partner. But we don't have time for that right now. So we're just going to come over here so they can see better. We're just going to do this physical part of spiraling out through the opening. Because we're going to use that when we go in motion. So we're going to spiral through, and this hand comes in. And my objective right now is to feel my whole body behind me. Like we were then, the two of us. Who's over there attacking us before? That kind of feel. So it's hard to do because we often end up looking him in the ear. And actually, you now get more fine there. But because we're going to practice it so slowly and kind of take it apart, almost like a kata, we're going to focus on getting our belly behind our partner. So I can see the back of him. He's going to do me this great favor of not moving right now. He's going to stay there until I take his balance. It would be very easy for him to turn around and hit me at the moment. But we want to help each other to learn this, so he's going to stay there for a moment. This hand extended out this way. And this one is going to work on feeling his spine and pulling down his spine. And let's take this one. And just for this next, after I get going for about 7 minutes, I have to do it right now. Try just because it gives you something to hold on to. You could grab the collar, or you could late in a few moments we're going to do it differently with our arm here. But right now, let's grab the collar because we have something to hold. We're going to get our body right behind him. And we're just going to let him lay on our shoulder. That's what he does in here. And I really want my body behind his body so I can feel this feeling being behind him. I'm much safer here than I am here at the moment because I'm practicing so slowly. Right? So this one is extended out here and my body's behind him. And then take his balance and we just let him come right to my front shoulder. Okay, is practice turning your hips and your head towards your partner right now. Just in case you wanted to do a counter. Okay? And then from here, I have him so connected to my body that as I move, he moves. So I've connected him to my front shoulder, and this hand is going to do the same thing the Koki-Go did. Koki-Go came up the center. This hand is going to come up the center. My arm comes up the center. Not into his neck, just like waterfall. And there, I'm behind him, and come up the center, and this is all a unit. Everything's working together. And at that moment, I step. Okay? I'm just going to do this slow, basic Iwama for a few minutes. My belly behind his belly. Feel this extension, and I connect it to my front shoulder. And if I wasn't using this hand, this is happening. I'm going to use this hand too. Okay? And as you become a little more comfortable, just take it a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And I promise you, in a little while, we'll pick it up. We'll start out a little bit slowly. Any questions about that? I'm going to show it with someone my own height, too. Honey? So if I'm taller than she is, I can be closer to her. If I'm shorter than she is, I have to leave a little bit more space to take the center. Okay, just pay attention to that at this point. If I'm too close, I take my own balance. So this is extended, and belly is behind you. I'm behind you. All the way. I'm behind you all the way. And then down your spine and up your spine. Feel the down and the up. We understand the study can come through. With the Kihon, it was a tool to learn. Oh, I get behind him. I study the distance between he and I study his feeling of dropping down his spine, up his spine, feeling heaven and earth. And then when there's a connection to my body, and I'm receiving him, I'm letting him come through, then I can return. So now we're going to let it flow a little bit more. Stay behind me. I know that some people aren't used to grabbing the collar, so that it's okay to go here. Just let it flow a little bit more. Okay? You guys come on. Just did a little bit of this feeling. That one really works the back. Right? Just really works the back. I feel that it's down and up. And so what we just did with our basic is and you know what, if you want to get water while we do this, or even maybe what we'll do is take a 5-minute break when we're done with this study. And then we'll come back to Iwama with a little fresh start. So this is just one way to look at Iwama. So we just did a study of healing the back, getting back here. And for some of you, you said it was really interesting to feel the difference between being a little too close and taking your own balance, especially if the person is tall and you need to be a little further away, right? And that was helpful. Because when we're studying the back, we really want to get back here, down and up. What happens is, when we start to flow, often we take her balance back here, and she's human, so she likes to regain her balance, sometimes by going forward. And we stay with her. That's one thing that can happen. Does that make sense? So, like a large person, I get him moving by taking his balance in the back, but he wants to keep, I don't want to pull him on center. It just got him moving. So then I can keep that movement going. See my hip continuing to move behind him, and I'm spiraling up and spiraling down. where we take her balance to the front. Again, she's human, so she likes to stand back up. And because it's Aikido, we stay with her, and we stay behind her. And here we are back at where we started with the back view. So it comes back around to the back and the front. And the long one is just so much fun, right? We elongate that first feeling of connection. We learn how to stay behind her. So here, we learn what it was like. Oh, I feel I'm behind her, and down her spine and up her spine. And I've got the connection to my own body. Every uke will do something slightly different with that. She might start moving forward, so I follow her. So after the break, we'll take a look at going here. And I want you to be honest with each other, be strong. If I go to shikaku, the hidden point, or the side point, which often we're taught to do, right, shikaku, there's a tendency to put her on her, what was that English word I kept missing yesterday? Her structure. Be strong. If I go here, I put her right on her structure. She's very strong on that foot. I can't move her. So what I want to study is this place where, oh, it's so easy, that spot. Every technique goes there in one way or another. You know, you think, oh, maybe not Nikyo. Yeah, maybe. There. Right? There. So, right after our little break, we're gonna let our hand just cup her neck. I'm not gonna grab the collar, we're just gonna cup the neck. And some of my teachers, just from this place, can crumple my center because they have such a connection through my spine and into my core. We're gonna elongate it, at least at first. So be strong. If I try to pull on her this way, I stabilize her. If I push her this way, I stabilize her. Here, I move up her spine and through her skull, and I destabilize. Really, in Aikido, because I want to keep the movement going, Bell's theorem. Things that are in motion tend to stay in motion, so we keep her in motion. As she comes back up, we disappear behind her, and there's where we started from. You guys want a little break, or you want to go into eating now? Let's take a little break. Go ahead. Next. Up her spine, and it's very gentle. I don't want her to feel like I'm manhandling her face. That makes the person want to set and fight, right? What we want to do is not make her want to fight, but this is so much fun. It's playing martial arts, but it's playful, it's fun. Why would we do it if it wasn't, right? Me anyway. I don't want to not have a good time. So I'm behind her, and I am following her like a bouncing a basketball. I don't want to push her down and pull her back up. I just want to feel her balance point. I just want to throw my key to her third point. And then as she comes back up, I disappear behind her. One of the problems that some of us have as we go here is we stand here and she comes right back up in front of us. Bam! Punch. She punched. I don't want her to punch again. She punched. Different bodies might feel different, might be different. Might take longer for him to come through. His arm might end up in front of him. But the principle is to be behind him and help him. And find a way to follow him up, not hold him up, and disappear behind him. And then the last thing to think about is that you are pain in your body is hurting. It can go really painful. But the thing that we were looking at is how this hand works. A lot of us were taught to go into the mirror, right? And it's not wrong. However, I'm asking you to go so gently right now so that you don't shock your partner into thinking, ugh. So you're gonna use this part of your hand, which is a power point in the hand, the laogun. It's the point we put up to the sun yesterday. And we're gonna go right up his spine and right to the center here. Even if you want, you could go to the base of the skull. But I'm just going right here. It's so gentle that he wants to go. He's strong. If I push here, I put him on his structure of his foot. So nothing wrong with the shikaku at all. But what I'm asking you to try is to go there. And it's so gentle. And he can't resist it because it's this third point in his body. Kinoshita Sensei says also that human beings can't resist spirals. So we're spiraling on the center. You can't resist it, right? And then when he comes back up, don't try to pull him up. Follow him up and disappear behind him and spiral down and spiral up. Okay? Yeah. A little bit more from katate. We'll keep that low, and then we're going to change it to shomanuchi in a few moments. So what we've been doing now, we're moving to the front third point and coming behind our partner. Yesterday morning, we spent about 20 minutes doing the whole Shinkoku. I'm going to do a shortened version today. And the three kami that he brought in, the first one is the image of the sun, and for yourself, seeing the sun shining on all beings equally, so that all beings are receiving unconditional love from the sun. And this, to bring this kami in, we say, Amaterasu o kami. Amaterasu o kami. The next one is O Horairo no o kami. This is the image of water and the moon and the desire to purify your mind and your heart. Ame no minaka. Nushi no okami. Ame no minaka. Nushi no okami. And that's the center of creation, and therefore feeling your own center. When you feel your own center, all other directions are possible, because we have our stable center, and we can feel all the other directions and move in all the other directions. So I'm going to shorten the Shinkoku practice. We might do the same practice we did yesterday, and that's the one I started to talk about. We'll do it. After Shinkoku, O Sensei would, this he learned from, according to what I've heard, both Shinkoku and this sun exercise are not allowed to be taught in writing or on video. They have to be taught from one person to another. So I always feel like it's a great honor to learn something like that from someone, because we know it got passed from one teacher to another. So this one, it's got just 3 simple parts. We're going to focus on feeling the sun going into both of our lateral points in our temple. And we'll look at the sun, and we'll feel the sun coming into those 3 points. We're going to bring the sun down the body. We're going to feel it go into the center of the earth and come back up the body. Then we're going to do it again, so we do 3 times. The second time, it goes to the center and it bounces back and comes back up the body. And the third time, it goes to the center of the earth, and the sun and the earth spiral up the body. Oh, Sensei would practice this 3 times 3, so there'll be 9 of them. We'll do 3, and we'll do a little shinkoku. The part of the shinkoku that most everybody does all over the world is the rowing exercise, and the shaking ki, right? So we'll do little parts of each, just to get our lunch out, and we're ready to move. So let's go outside.